Anaya always believed her life was divided into seasons, not by weather, but by feeling. Some days were blazing summers when her thoughts ran faster than time itself, when the world felt electric and possibilities burst like fireworks inside her chest. Other days were long, silent winters where even lifting her head felt heavier than lifting the sky. Doctors later gave it a name: bipolar disorder. But long before the diagnosis, Anaya knew something inside her moved differently. She grew up in a small town where emotions were expected to be neat, polite, and predictable. Her mother often said, "Life should be balanced." Anaya would smile at those words, even though balance felt like a language she had never learned. The first high. Anaya was 16 when she experienced her first real high. It wasn't happiness the way movies showed it. It was bigger, louder, brighter. She slept only 3 hours a night and still woke up buzzing with energy. Ideas poured into her mind like a waterfall. She wrote poems at midnight, painted till dawn, and talked endlessly about dreams that felt urgent and world-changing. Teachers praised her sudden brilliance. Friends admired her confidence. "You're glowing," they told her. Inside, Anaya felt invincible. She believed she could do anything: become a famous writer, change the world, fix broken systems, heal people with words. She spoke fast, moved fast, thought faster. Food felt unnecessary, sleep felt like a waste of time. No one realized that this glow was burning her from the inside. The fall. The fall came quietly. One morning, Anaya woke up and couldn't move. The ceiling looked unfamiliar, like a stranger staring back at her. Her body felt hollow, her mind slow and foggy. The poems she had written days earlier felt meaningless. The dreams now felt foolish. She stopped going to school. Friends stopped calling. Her mother knocked gently on her door, asking, "Are you okay?" Anaya wanted to answer, but the words were locked somewhere deep inside her chest. This was her first depressive episode. She cried without knowing why. Sometimes she didn't cry at all. She just stared, numb and empty. The world that once felt too bright now felt painfully distant. Labels and silence. When Anaya was finally taken to a psychiatrist, the word bipolar landed like a stone in her stomach. She didn't fully understand it, but she understood the fear in her mother's eyes. "Is she dangerous?" someone whispered outside the room. That question hurt more than the illness itself. Anaya learned quickly that mental health carried a stigma heavier than any physical disease. People didn't know what to say, so they said nothing. Some disappeared. Others offered shallow advice. "Just be positive. Everyone feels sad sometimes. You don't look sick." She smiled politely and swallowed her pain. Learning the pattern. Over the years, Anaya began to notice the pattern. The highs came with warning signs: racing thoughts, grand plans, reckless confidence. The lows arrived with exhaustion, guilt, and self-doubt so deep it felt like drowning in her own mind. Medication helped, but it didn't magically fix everything. Therapy taught her words for her emotions, but emotions didn't always listen to logic. There were days she hated herself for being too much. There were nights she hated herself for being nothing at all. Yet somewhere between therapy sessions and quiet evenings, Anaya started to understand something important. She was not broken. She was different. Love and fear. When Anaya met Arav, she didn't tell him about her condition at first. She was afraid. Afraid he would leave, afraid he would see her as fragile, afraid he would only love her during her good days. During a manic phase, she was charming, confident, unstoppable. Ara fell in love with her laughter, her creativity, her intensity. But when depression returned, Anaya withdrew. Messages went unanswered. Calls were ignored. Arav stood outside her silence, confused and worried. One evening, she finally told him the truth. "I have bipolar disorder," she said, staring at the floor. "Some days I'm too alive. Some days I feel like I don't exist." Arav was quiet for a long moment. Then he said, "Teach me how to understand you." That sentence didn't cure her illness, but it healed something inside her heart. Relapse. Recovery was not a straight line. After months of stability, Anaya stopped taking her medication during a high phase. She felt normal again, or so she thought. The energy returned stronger than ever. She spent money carelessly, barely slept, talked nonstop, and made promises she couldn't keep. Then came the crash. This time it was darker than before. Anaya felt ashamed, ashamed that she had believed she was cured, ashamed that she had disappointed everyone. The depression whispered cruel lies. "You are a burden. You will never be normal. The world would be better without you." One night, sitting alone in her room, those thoughts grew louder than her will to live. But just before the darkness consumed her, she remembered something her therapist once said. "Thoughts are not commands. Feelings are not facts." She called her mother. She called Arav. She asked for help. And that decision saved her life. Redefining strength. Anaya learned that strength wasn't about controlling her moods perfectly. It was about recognizing when she needed support. It was about taking her medication even when she hated it. It was about forgiving herself for relapses. She started journaling, not to chase inspiration, but to track her emotions. She learned to rest without guilt. She learned that productivity didn't define her worth. Some days were still hard. Some nights were still long, but she stayed. Finding purpose. Years later, Anaya stood on a small stage speaking to a room full of strangers. Her hands shook slightly, but her voice was steady. "I live with bipolar disorder," she said. "It doesn't make me weak, it makes me aware." She talked about stigma, about silence, about the difference between surviving and truly living. She talked about the nights she almost didn't make it and the mornings she was glad she did. In the audience, a young girl wiped tears from her eyes. After the talk, that girl approached Anaya and whispered, "I thought I was alone." Anaya smiled softly. "You're not." The quiet balance. Bipolar disorder never left Anaya's life. It remained a companion she didn't choose but learned to coexist with. There were still highs and lows, but now there was also awareness, routine, and compassion. She no longer chased endless happiness. She searched for balance. And sometimes balance looked like resting. Sometimes it looked like asking for help. Sometimes it looked like simply breathing through the moment. Anaya learned that life didn't need to be perfect to be meaningful. Final reflection. Her life was still divided into seasons, but now she knew that every season had value. The highs taught her creativity and courage. The lows taught her empathy and patience. The in-between moments taught her peace. And in that understanding, Anaya finally found something she had searched for all her life. Not a cure, not perfection, but acceptance. Because she wasn't her disorder. She was a girl who lived, loved, fell, rose, and chose every single day to stay. If this story touched your heart, please like the video and subscribe for more stories that matter.